Since the current generation Crosstrek model debuted about 5 years ago, the timing would seem right for the 2023 Subaru Crosstrek to kick off a new generation of the rugged subcompact SUV. Automakers typically like to mix things up every 4 to 6 years, although the degree of said mixing can range from mild styling updates to comprehensive interior, exterior and mechanical overhauls. For the 2023 model year, Subaru has opted to keep changes to a minimum, offering up a special edition trim level as the only change. Painted tan and trimmed with black and red upholstery, the special edition is based on the premium trim level and will bring a bit of adventuresome styling to the Crosstrek. We had hoped that Subaru would follow up its high-riding Forester Wilderness and Outback Wilderness trims by introducing an Outback Wilderness, but unfortunately that's not the case. But overall, the Crosstrek is still one of the most capable extra-small SUVs out there. If a little adventure is in your future, you might want to consider the Jeep Cherokee, Toyota Corolla Cross or the Chevrolet Trailblazer. The Crosstrek's base 152 horsepower 4-cylinder engine makes a lot of noise but doesn't offer a lot of motivation. As with many of its competitors, getting up to highway speed is a painfully slow process no matter whether you choose the standard manual transmission or the optional automatic. In our testing, a 2.0-liter automatic model required a leisurely 9.2 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. The plug-in hybrid model proved to be quicker, shaving 0.9 seconds off the 2.0-liter's 60 miles per hour time. This lack of energy is partially addressed by the optional 182 horsepower 2.5-liter engine that's also found on the Legacy sedan and Outback station wagon. It hauls the Crosstrek to 60 miles per hour in 7.5 seconds, which is still far from speedy, but far less stressful when you're attempting a pass on a 2-lane road or merging onto an interstate. The Crosstrek's handling is pleasantly car-like thanks to well-weighted steering and a composed ride. The suspension is firm but not harsh, and it soaks up larger bumps without drama. As for the plug-in hybrid model, know that charging it fully will take up to 5 hours if connected to a standard household 120-volt outlet. Using a 240-volt outlet does the job in as little as 2 hours. With only 17 miles of electric-only range, buyers should expect to spend plenty of time in gas mode. Subaru's Starlink infotainment system is clearly organized, offers plenty of connectivity features as standard, and is easy to navigate in everyday use. A 6.5-inch touchscreen is standard equipment and offers Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration, along with the expected Bluetooth support and a USB port. The limited and hybrid models come with a larger 8.0-inch touchscreen that offers SiriusXM satellite radio plus some additional support apps. Navigation is optional but only with the 8.0-inch display. The optional 8-speaker Harman Kardon stereo is an upgrade from the standard setup and offers some extra volume and increased audio quality. The navigation display is easy to see and understand. The Crosstrek's lane keeping assist system intervenes pretty regularly, but not to the point of being overzealous or annoying. In typical Subaru fashion, the Crosstrek has a basic and durable feeling interior that prioritizes function over form. Its lack of flair is perfectly acceptable in the cheaper versions but starts to feel a bit drab in the limited model, which can surpass $30,000 with options. Feeble attempts to spice things up include bits of faux carbon fiber trim and orange stitching on the seats, but the overall atmosphere remains dark and dull, though opting for the lighter gray cloth or leather upholstery helps somewhat. Flipping the Crosstrek's 60/40 split folding rear seat down expands the cargo hold considerably, but the folded seats don't make for an entirely flat cargo floor. The Nissan Rogue Sport held more stuff in our testing despite its smaller exterior dimensions. The Crosstrek managed to hold 19 of our carry-on suitcases with the rear seats folded while the Rogue Sport held 20. The hybrid model's cargo floor is higher than the non-hybrid to accommodate the battery pack, so we were only able to fit 17 carry-ons with the seats folded. Really, the added power was all the Crosstrek needed. It rides well, with good comfort from what feels like greater suspension travel than subcompact SUVs like the Hyundai Kona and Toyota Siaur. There's quite a lot of body roll in quick transitions, but in this class of vehicle that's a reasonable trade-off for big bump cushiness. The Crosstrek's steering is a little overboosted and numb, but we appreciate the quick 13:1 steering ratio that makes the car feel nimble and quick to change direction with a light flick of the wrists. It's also noticeably more responsive and confidence-inspiring than the rather inert steering of an Outback or Ascent.